Okay, good morning, students. Today we can start with a transaction in EJB. How the transaction will work as when you committed with the database to the front end to the back end. So transaction is nothing but a process, or it is a single unit of work to be done with the help of the front end and the back end. So in the EJB, we can call it as an transaction is nothing but an ACID properties. So what do you mean by ACID properties? So ACID is nothing but an automatic, consistency, isolated, durable properties. We can call it as an ACID properties. A transaction means is a single unit of work items which follows a property. We can call it as an ACID. So ACID is stand for atomic, consistent, isolated, and durable. So we can go through by one what is ACID properties. So automatic means if any of work item fails, suppose in case the failure of the one item of the work, so that the complete unit is considered as the failed. That is, we can call it as a failed work. Suppose in case if all the item are successfully done, so we can mean all the items are executed successfully. So automatic means it consider once any of the work item is a failure, so the entire work should be called it as a failure. Suppose in case if it is execute, so we can consider as a successfully. So this is the properties we'll see in the one is the failure and another is the success in the automatic property in transaction. So second one, that is a C property is nothing but a consistency property. So in that case, a transaction must keep the system in consistency state. So without a failure or without success, there is a consistently stated, we can call it as a consistent ACID property. The third one is an isolated. So isolated is a dependence of any other object or any other transaction. So in the database, when you go for the EJB, the database, so each transaction execute independently. If any one of the transaction will it depends or independence on any other transaction. So that is, we can call it as an isolated. It may be a dependent or it may be a independent execute of the transaction. And finally, that is a durable. Durable is nothing but a committed. So the transaction should survive the system failure. Suppose in case any damage will be happen in the system side. So the server, the system failure or any of the other damages we can consider as to be executed or a committed. Means a durable. It may be a failure or it may be a committed or nothing but a success. So this is, we can call it as a transaction. It is a single unit of work and it follows the ACID properties. Then we can move to the EJB container server. That is an EJB container server. So it is basically full based on the server side. So the transaction server, which handles the transaction contest propagation and distributed the transaction. So it may be a flow of contest propagation or it may be a distributed transaction. So these will be processed in the transaction server, nothing but an EJB container server. So this transaction can be managed by the container. Container is nothing but in a database. So it may be managed on database or it may be a custom coding. That is, a user can write the code to handle in the bean codes. So that is, we can call it as the EJB container server. So when handling this type of database management, or it may be a custom coding handling, so we can two type of transaction will be seen. One is the container managed transaction, another one is the bean managed transaction. So container is nothing but a database. So database managed transaction is a one type. And another one that is for the coding type, that is the, we can call it as a bean managed transaction. So these are the two types. So when go for the container managed transaction, so in this type, the container manager the transaction the state. So it contains which type of a transaction will be state when containing in the managing the database. So being managed transaction is means the developer side, because we are going for the custom coding. So the developer manages the life cycle of transaction state. But when the container is the manages the transaction state, that is a container manages the transaction state, whereas bean is developer manages the life cycle of transaction state. So these are the two types. So container is nothing but a database and bean is nothing but a custom coding handling. So we can go by the first one, that is a container managed transaction. So when you go for the EJB 3.0 version, it's specifying some of the attributes. One is the required, requires new, support, not supported, mandatory, and the never. So what is the annotations we are using when container managed transaction? That is the required. So required means necessary. So it indicates that business method has to be executed within transaction. So otherwise, a new transaction will be started for that method. So that is the required annotation. So what do you mean by required? It indicates the business method to be executed within the transaction. Within the transaction, you should be executed. Otherwise, new will be executed. That is a required annotation. The second one is requires new. It indicates the new transaction is to be started for the business method. So every starting of the beginning of the method, so the requires new method will be executed. Then the support means, so indicates that a business method will execute as part of transaction. Means it is a one type of execution part of the transaction. And not supported means the method should not be executed when it is in the part of the transaction. And mandatory means may or may not be used. Nothing but it indicates that the business method will execute as a part of transaction. Otherwise, the exception will be thrown. It means that if you have a one program is executed, it contains all the satisfaction of the condition, whatever you write the code, that will be executed. Otherwise, it go for the else part. And the else part will be handling the other exception handling to be executed. Finally, that is a thrown, that is a never. It indicates if the business method execute as a part of transaction, then an exception will be thrown. Never means execute the part of the transaction, but they will never throw the exception. So these are the annotations the container managed transaction will use. That is a required, requires new, supports, not supported, mandatory, and never. So this is an example. You can see that there is a annotation of transaction attributes with the required transaction. So we will use to create our details object. So when first we should write a package. The package name is called com tutorials point, and import the javax.ejb.star at annotation of stateless, that is a transaction management with the type of container. So public class user detail bean is a class. It should be implemented user detail So the main concept is here. So we have to use in the required. So that is the required means it indicates the method to be executed within the transaction. Otherwise, the new transaction will be otherwise. So if it is executed, if it is not executed, so we can take on the create the new one and new one will be executed. So this is a simple example of using that is a transaction in the container management transaction with the use of attributes of required. That is an annotation. And the second one, that is a bean managed transaction. Bean is nothing but the developer can code the line of the business method. So in bean managed transaction can be managed by handling the exception handling at the application level. So some of the key points to be considered. One is the start, success, failed. Start means when to start a transaction in business method. And the success is nothing but if you identify the success of scenario, means when the transaction is committed. Failure means it roll back, means we can identify the failure of the scenario when the transaction is to be roll back. Roll back means once again we can go to the main program. So success means that the transaction will be success and committed. Starting means we can start the transaction in a business method. So these are the three key factors for using the bean managed transaction. Okay, so this is we can call it as a transaction in EJB. It containing a single unit of work followed by the asset property. So there is a two types of key container service will be having. One is the container managed transaction and the another is the bean managed transaction. So container is nothing but container that the database manages the transaction state, but whereas the bean managed transaction is the developer manages the life cycle of the transactions. So this is the main concept we are using. So there is a sum of the attributes and the fields to be used when using the container. At the required news, support, not support, mandatory and never. And we can go for the managed transaction. There is a three key points to be remembered to consider the bean, because the developer can write the code to follow the exception handling at application level. So that is the start, success and failure. So these are the three key points to be remembered. So then we can go for the security. The security, we can go for the some of the terms of security. What are the container managed security? And as an example, and this is the configuration to set the security configuration for the backend in the server side system. So this complete, we can the security. So then we can go for the what is security? So security is nothing but an authentication or authorization or the firewall. So when you go for the security in the EJB, is a major concurrence of any enterprise level application. So it is very major concurrence. So when using the security, we have to identify the users or whatever the system will access the application and allowing or assigning the access to resource within the application. So these condition will apply as a security. One is to identify the user or the system access of the application or allowing or to access the resource within the applications. So this is the major concurrence of using security. So what is the security in the EJB? So in the EJB, the security can be declared in the declarative way. We can call it as a declarative security in EJB. So in EJB, security can be declared where in the declarative part. So that part we can call it as a declarative security. In the EJB container, that is a database, and it manages the security concurrence, or the customer or developer code can be done in EJB to handle the security concurrence by itself or self. So this is, we can call it as a security. So some of the important terms of security we are using. One is the authentication, authorization, user groups, and user flows. So these are the important terms we have to using the security. So what is authentication? Authentication means we can ensuring that so user can access the system or any of the application. So first we have to verify to be authenticate. So this is the, you can call it as an authentication. Then what is authorization? So authorization means it is a process and ensuring that authentic user as a right person or a right level of authority to access the particular system or application resource. So this is, we can call it as an authorization. So when you go for the user means developer or ours. So user represent the client. So developer represented the client or a system which access the application. So this is, we can call it as an user. So user can access the system or it may be application. So user groups. So group is nothing but an admin. So admin can give the authority to access the system or any of the application. That is a user groups. So user may be a part of group having the certain authenticates. For an example, the administrative group. So that is the main security of using user groups. Then what is user role? So role means define the level of authority and define the level of user, or defining the level of the permission to access a system resource. So this is the role. So admin is the one part of role. So next, a user, the developer is the one part of the role, and the testing, that is a tester as a one of the role. So there is a different types of roles to be assigned to give the level of authority. That is, we can call it as an user roles. So this is the terms, that is the important terms of using security. That is an authentication, authorization, user groups, and user roles. Okay, next. So how the container, nothing but a database to manage the security. So there is a first part, we can implement it by using the attributes, or we are using the annotation. So EJB 3.0 version has specified the sum of the following attributes or a annotations of security which EJB containers when to implement. The first one is a declare roles. Second one, roles allowed, permit all, deny all. So these are the in the container managed security of using the attributes. And first one is a declare the roles. That is, you must access the container. First, you can declare the roles. So it indicates that a class will accept the declare roles. So annotations are applied at the class level. Means you can defining the class will accept the declare the roles, So that, so we have to using the attributes or the annotations are applied at in the class level only. So in the class level, we have to declare the role. And the second one, that is the roles allowed. So we have to allow him to access the container managed database. So it indicates that a method can be accessed by user of the role, whatever you specified in the declare role. So it can be applied at in the class level when we are declaring to resulting which all the methods of class can be accessed by the user of roles is specified. So roles allowed can be declared in the declaration roles. The permit means to access, to permit the database. So it indicates that a business method is accessible to all. So when declare permit all, so we can access the database method. And it can be applied at class as well as at the method level. So when you permit this role, you can access class and as well as the method. And finally, that is the deny all. It indicates that a business method is not accessible to any of the user, whatever you specified at the class level, or it may be a method level. So deny all means nobody can access the container if it is declared in the declaration roles, or it may be a class, or it may be a method level. So these are the important points to be remembered when you write the container managed security. And this is an example of using at declare roles, at roles allowed, at permit all, and did. So declare the roles is nothing but in the a class. So we have to declare in the student library. So I can declare a library bin is a class can be implemented as a library remote. So this is a declaration part. So whatever you declare it, whatever you declare, so it should be a allow. That is the roles allow. So I have to declare as a librarian. It can be access to the books, or it may be a book can be deleted, or it may be updated. So by using that is a public wide delete a book of book. So it is a roles allowed. So permit all means all the books will be view. So that is the at permit all public wide view book, and that you should whatever you store in the container of the library books, you will be viewed in the permit all the role. Finally, if you using deny all means nobody can delete or nobody can access. So in that case, I can using delete all books whatever you store in the container. So there is a two types of meanings. Deny all means one should be using in the source code. Delete all means all the books will be delete all by using the deny all. So in the another meaning, so deny all means when you go for the business method, you will not be accessible to any of the user specified at the class level, or it may be a method level. So there is a two types of meaning will be arise when using the deny all. Okay, this is by using the a security with an example. So I have to using to give the security with the help of XML by to configure the a security, that is a security configuration. So I I can return in the XML, that is a question mark XML version is 1.0. So this is a standard built-in syntax we have to return in the XML version. So in that case, I have to return that is EJB jar file and close the EJB jar file. In that case, I have to return one for the security role mapping and the another is the enterprise bin. So a security role mapping, I can declare one is the student and the student group. So it should be mapping in the security role mapping. And another one, I have taken one more security role mapping for the library and the library group. So these are the 4 attributes will be declared in the 2 types of role mapping. One side will be the student and the student group, and the another side will be the library and library group. So this student and library will be security role mapping in the tag will be executed. So this is an example how will be written to map the whatever you declare in the class or method in the security authentication. So this is the use of using a security. This is an example. This is an attributes, and this is the important terms of using security, and this is the a definition of security. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, I can stop here. So tomorrow we'll start the timers. One more. So mentor list ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಂದ್ರ ಅಂಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟಾ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್.
ಮನೋಜ್, ಮಂಜುಳಾ? ಮನೋಜ್, ಮಂಜುಳಾ ಇದಾರಾ?
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಇದು ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಡಿಪಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಅದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಟ್ರೆಲ್ಲರ್ ಏನ್ ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ? ಇದೀರೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ?
ಇದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ.
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರ? ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾರ?
ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ಮನೋಜ್, ಮಂಜುಳಾ, ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಂತ? ಮೆಂಟರ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಕಳಿಸಿ. ಯಾರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೆಂಟರ್?
ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ, ನಿಮಗ್ ಬಂತ ಮೆಂಟರ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್?
ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಏನು ಮೆಂಟರ?
3 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ. ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಯಾರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೈಡ್? ಮೆಂಟರ್ ಯಾರು?
ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ನೀವು?
ನಾನು, ಗಾನವಿ, ಫೌಜಿಯಾ.
ಏನಾರ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕಿದಾರ ಇವತ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ.
ಈ ಜಾಂಪ್ ಇಂದನೂ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಮೆಸೇಜ್?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್
ಅನುಪ,
ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರು ಸರ್.
ಆ?
ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರು ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಹೀಗೇನೆ.
ಹಾ. ಇವತ್ತು
Last week
ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್
ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಕಳಿಸಿದೀನಿ 3 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ, ಮಂಜುಳಾ, ಮನೋಜು, ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ 3 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು 3 ಜನ ಇವತ್ತೇ ಅಬ್ಸೆಂಟಾ?
ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದೀನಿ ಮಂಜುಳಾ.
ಹಾ,
ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು? ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿ, ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳಿ.
ಮಂಜುಳಾ.
ಮಂಜುಳಾ, ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಅಂಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಬಂತಾ?
ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಹಾ, ಮೇಲ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೆ. ಜಾಂಪ್ ಇಂದನು ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ SMS ಕಳಿಸಿದೆ, ಬಂತಾ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಇವತ್ತು.
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ತಿಂಡಿ ಗಿಂಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರತ್ತೆ. ಆಯ್ತು. Okay. Today I can stop here. So tomorrow we'll start with the timers, with an example and steps to use the timer and some of the example of application using a timers. Okay, I can stop here. Thank you.